After the end of the world, the burnt one woke from a deep slumber, broken, deaf, and blinded. A spark had once again been lit. It was told that for the being who kept fire in their heart, all darkness would vanish. Nevertheless, this long night seemed endless and fraught with perils.
What were they thinking? That thing was meant to remain dead. I'm never gonna come out again, no sir. In here it's just me. Lonesome ragdoll with his mask. Alone and at peace. They burned it all away, and for what? Shine a little light on things? I can see just fine in the dark. In the dark, I can see everything clear as day. What were they thinking?
In the midst of darkness, lo and behold, a friendship kindled. The fire that spread with it seemed so small against the vast night sky, small and flickering, but defiant.
With wire, clay, and fire, the craftsmen built the foundations, followed by the trees and the rocks. And after them came little houses for us tiny ones to cower in, for existence was so big, so vast, that without a roof above one's head, one could have fallen straight into the skies. And yet, with all that stuff, they didn't know what to do with us. So I reckon that's why they built the Midnight Walk. For us to wander, for lack of reason. The crawlers eat fire, it's true they do, but most of all they feed on you. Don't you know? Howdy do. Didn't you hear? They eat you too. Fire, fire, aye, it's true.
And so it was that the burnt one and a small flame took a wander down the midnight walk.
In the closing nights of this era, a wandering flame. How rare, a little Potboy. This is already the end. Your Potboy, the last ember of the work table that was. You are destined to carry this torch to Moon Mountain. It is inevitable. We must all partake.
Your purpose burnt into clay. Your Potboy must spread his fire. Walk now, spread your fire. Walk, walk, walk.
Whether they held or lacked reason, it didn't matter. When times were dark and winds blew cold, there wasn't much left to do, and it was quite enough to simply put one foot in front of the other.
She came back one day from a long while of rock-picking under the gnarly trees. Usually the Merkel had been fond of fall and the refreshing cool of winter, but this time it had been much too long for her taste. Even the sun seemed tired, and she had all the rocks she needed, so she decided to treat herself to a long nap.
Close your eyes. Listen. They sense you. They feel you. That's so beautiful.
I'd almost forgotten how it felt. And salutations, burnt one. Fancy meeting one of your kind here. You're the caretaker of this little firecracker? I reckon you must be headed for Moon Mountain. Am I right? Well then, on one hand, it's just a matter of walking down the road. But then on the other, the Midnight Walk has a mind of its own, and a mind to teach its rider a thing or two to boot. So if you are intending to walk the walk, you better... Howsy! Didn't see you there. So glad to see you back on the move. And as I told you, it ran away from its owners. It's been waiting for the right passerby ever since it ended up here. Well, heck, don't let me keep y'all. See you down the Midnight Walk, and burnt one. Wherever you end up this long night, keep that fire alive. It's really all that matters. Don't take my word for it. Just see for yourself. Some folks certainly know how to talk the talk. What you lack in talk, burnt one, I trust you make up for in walk. Be wary of the dark itself. It's full of ideas, but it is always hungry for more. Enough talk now. Time to listen.
Don't venture into the swamp under the moon, they cautioned. There, wild eyes watch, and itching teeth yearn for succulent heads like ours. Gone are the bodies of old, and they can no longer shield us from the terrors.
Look at those two arms swinging around. Disgusting. We don't take kindly to somebody's walking around here with 2 feet. Get bent. You really think you're somebody, huh? On your tall legs, with your long snake-like arms. Don't touch me, you limb tree. Arms and legs.
Look at those 2 arms swinging
So
around.
uncivilized.
Disgusting. Don't touch me, you limb tree. Get bent, limb tree.
Oh, look at this fancy stick.
It's my favorite stick in the whole wide world. It's the best one in my collection. I got no better stick than this stick. Can't believe I found this stick. Oh, it's a keeper. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at that stick. Oh, sticks I love. No, my stick. Give it back. No. Oh, my stick. My favorite stick. Oh.
What is this? Somebody approaches Nobodyville? Your wretched limbs, an affront to nobodiness. Unless your fire can prove itself useful, there will be no passage for you, limb tree. Go away. Candles have not been lit since before the great beheading. Now fire is back. Maybe fire can help us with our Molgrim problem. The headmaster will decide. Enter, then.
It was foretold. The return of the bodies. Arms and legs. So uncivilized. Don't touch me. We don't take kindly to somebody's walking around here with 2 feet. Arms and legs. So uncivilized. What are you looking at?
Look at those 2 arms swinging around. Disgusting. Heads up. Get back, limb tree.
What do you think you're doing here? You can't be. True fire. We nobodies haven't been graced by its warmth since the bodies were banished. They used fire for war. Yes. Now once more, somebody disturbs our peace and sets fire on things with its tiny fire devil. You must leave at once. Leave or face our... It's the Molgrim!
I guess I'm the headmaster now. As you've observed with your own head globes, we have a problem. It is called the Molgrim.
The Molgrim.
Recently, she has become bold, moving ever closer to Nobodyville. You should help us get rid of her. Yes, get rid of her. Tame her. Just make it stop. And by the powers suddenly vested in me, I will, shall grant you passage through our fair Nobodyville. Here, take this. Blech. Now, go do the quest. Meet the problem head on. Tame the Molgrim, and we will. I shall graciously let you pass through Nobodyville.
Mind over body! 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 The mushrooms whisper of a new burden down. They tell us her nest lies beyond the cold, cold moon. And she came here to witness tragedies. She feeds on these tales you see, sucking their fire dry like marrow from a bone. Her eyes are on us now. Like a vulture she waits, knowing that we somebodies are about to tear each other apart.
When a sinkhole devours your fire, give it up or or dive in after it. An old swamp saying. Another old swamp saying went, when dealing with a troubled and troublesome Mulgrim, do not light a fire beneath her, but help her build one from within.
Oh, my neck hearkens the anguished howls of the Mulgrim, and the bitter patter of feet. A somebody and its flame, albeit a small one. 'Tis enough, perhaps. The Mulgrim's precious shards, they must be returned to her lair, to her cauldron. Only then may the cleansing fire burn.
The body stands their approach over the mountain vein and valiant.
We ragdolls observe, we record, and we mimic.
Their faces wear masks they do not know. What is your yearning hides behind? The sands will tell. We put on a mask, we perform, and we put on a show.
Don't eat me! Well, if you're not gonna gobble me up, then can you maybe take me away from here? Please? Somewhere closer to Nobodyville and away from here. Get me out of this neck hole, please! I'm begging you on my bare chin, and I'll pay you for the effort. Handsomely with a beautiful shard from the Mulgrim's cauldron. Take me back to Nobodyville, please. I can't take this tension much longer. Oh, I should have stayed. Look out! Thanks for saving my neck, and I think I have a reward for you, a real treasure. There you go, one of the 3 missing shards from the Mulgrim's cauldron. Yeah, I stole it. Oh, I thought I could maybe buy me some kind of ticket away from, well, everything. Start anew, you know? A good head on a pair of healthy, strong shoulders. Eyes on the horizon. Gosh, the horizon. Do you know I haven't seen it once since I lost my body? I really do miss my body. It's a real shame when you think about it, you know? The things that we do to ourselves, to one another.
what we did to her kind. All in the name of some sort of control. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, I guess I'm sad. Sad and sorry. Hey, thanks. You're a great listener. You know that? Just take care of that shard now. Maybe put it back where it belongs and... yeah. Goodbye.
The ragdoll's whisper of one shard kept by the dark itself. Another was stolen by the greedy moonbird up in the hilltops. The last one, perhaps the cowardly head knows. The heads betrayed us bodies, but not before we had betrayed ourselves. Fire in fist. The shards of fire. They must be restored to the cave. We hunted the Morgrims, took their fire, and with it, we set ourselves ablaze. The shards of that very fire must be returned to the Morgrim's lair. Somebody find the shards, mend the cauldron. Otherwise, we and thou art forever doomed to madness, to be fettered to the clay and mud.
It's easy to lose one's head when everything you love is either gone, broken, or dead. Yet another forgotten swamp saying.
Heads up! Ready! Up! Break with your boots! Take with your hands! Full of fire! Fire is ours! Take the shards! Take the fire!
Good evening. Or is it morning or afternoon? Hard to tell without a sun, isn't it? No, it is most certainly night. Or moonbirds hooting wouldn't make sense at all. Speaking of sense, will you help an old bird find some in this story? Fire up these dusty murals in the right order, and you will receive a present, a little gift, yes. Bring the fire to the story. Once upon a time, the Morgrims lived in peace. Peace ended when the violent sun bodies invaded the valley. The valley was taken, but then began the battle of the bodies. Intriguing. The battle ended with a great, gruesome beheading. For time immemorial, the Morgrims had lived in the valley in peace, sharing good eatings and howlings around their fire, which they had inherited from the skies. One terrible night came the violent sun bodies.
They hunted the Mogrims for sport and took their fire for themselves. But the somebodies knew not what they were dealing with, for as soon as they held the fire in their grubby hands, they began to fight one another with it. To save themselves from themselves, the cunning heads turned on their bodies and organized a great building. And so it was that some bodies became nobodies, and the bodies were exiled. A time of peace would ensue, or so the headlings thought. The last living Mogrim had been biding her time, and saw now an opportunity to return and take bloody vengeance upon the heads, who were now left defenseless without their bodies. Of the Mogrim begins anew, a storied meal indeed. Moonbird thanks you for feeding her, and proudly upholds the promise. A gift, a shard from the Mogrim's own cauldron. It looked so shiny in the moonlight. Moonbird simply had to take it. For now, she'll see you in the light.
She'd never been much for company until she had met the other one. He had shimmering scales, an appetite for life, and carried a faint scent of rotting leaves she found irresistible. Oh, how they used to laugh at the distant stars, bitterly, together.
The howls of the Mulgrim have gone with the wind, and our headaches settled into gentle throbbing. Thank you, somebody, for you have not only graciously saved our necks, but also demonstrated the value of brain mass and heart blob working together. Could it be time for the bodies to return? We must convene on this matter, and you and your wandering flame must now leave through our gates and keep on walking the midnight walk to Moon Mountain.
Moon Mountain!
Here you go, somebody. This key will open the town gates. The mountain once again beckons, and the call is answered. Fare thee well, and take good care of your flame. The dark itself is hungry.
Bodies might be returning. Heads hot now.
I've had enough. First it was the big Mulgrim hunt, and then when they forced us out into that make-a-forgiven swamp. I hate hiking. And then, when we had nothing left to hunt, we started fighting each other. And then Mr. Mayor gets this grand idea that we should chop our own heads off and banish our bodies. How does that even scientifically work? I've had enough of civilization.
Oh, back from a little swamp detour, huh? Hope the heads didn't give you too much trouble. At least your head looks attached to its shoulders and your friend's is, well, burning. So do not despair. Should you once again lose your way along the midnight walk, you're probably meant to. The body can be a terrible master, but a wonderful servant. Protect the spark. Find its home, won't you? See down the road. I guess you gotta lose your head before you can. No, there's nothing there. I gotta workshop this one some more.
We Mulgrims have a special relationship with fire. We do not cook over it. We do not shed tales around it. We care not for its warmth. Ours is a different connection entirely. Fire is our window to truth and into the world beyond clay, to which we must return. We are noble beings, bringers of bugs, slime, and mushrooms to help decompose the old and to bring about the new. We are the caretakers of this world, and woe be to those who seek to end us. for they seek to end themselves.
Dreadful was the day when the sun vanished. The waters dried up, birds went quiet, and the dark itself seeped unchecked into the work table as the cold, chewed paper moon rose over the mountain. The night that followed would be long as the midnight walk. The burnt one was there. You do not remember, but you feel it, don't you? You are reborn when need arises. This night, Potboy needs you, and Moon Mountain beckons. Its call irresistible. A storm is coming. The soothsayers have spoken.
The Murko dreamt many dreams of the mysterious moon and the critters living within its craters, and of the ocean and its deep secrets known only to the sea creatures and the corals, and of the twinkling stars that had so much to tell, but they were too far away to be heard. All of it intertwined in a colorful tapestry. And so she woke with a yawn, so big it could have devoured the sun. She had slept for just about a decade. A decent nap by Merkel's standards. She smacked her dry lips, looking forward to what the new dawn had to offer as she left her lair and went out into the cool night. Wait a minute, she exclaimed. Night? Where was the sun? Where its warm rays should have been there was only the vast night sky, not a star on its face. Well, the Merkel mumbled softly to herself, winter was late, so now the sun must be late too. Proud over her sound logic, she went back to her lair to take a complimentary nap.
I had a flame once. It was beautiful and bright. It spread its light, brought me and my neighbors warmth. and it was always hungry.
no matter how much I fed it, it kept on growing and growing, and one day it got big enough to start walking the long road. I didn't guide it. It dragged me along for the ride. I followed it for a long time. Would the road ever end? What was the point of the walk? Things kind of spiraled. Road took me on dangerous detours that didn't make sense. Before I knew it, my flame began to fade until it... Well, I don't think I was meant to carry this flame.
There once was a freezing cat who was looking for shelter when she came across a dark cave. "Step into my abode," offered the dark. "It will warm you if you surrender your wants."
The story goes of a nameless maker who pulled creative spark from the dark itself without giving it fire. With his dark source, he managed to create swaths of land in no time. The dark itself waited for a gift of fire, but the maker just kept on taking. Too busy building his crooked fences and watchtowers, kept his fire locked away in his chest. One day, he decided to create the first people to inhabit and appreciate his creation. It was then that the dark corrupted the maker's clay, guided his greedy hands into creating not people, but the first of the fire-eating crawlers. And they crawled into this world absolutely starving.
The dark's eyes were much too big and watchful for the cat's liking. She went on to find warmth somewhere else. Then the cat saw it. Rooftops piercing the sky. Approaching the town, she was greeted by a crone. "Come, kitty, kitty, you must be tired. Sit in my lap. Share your soft fur, and I shall warm you for a spell."
Hello, Mother. The well said to give it a match, so you and I could talk again. I hope this works, because that was my last one, and well, it's cold now. But it doesn't matter. We can finally talk after everything. So, how are you? Do they have fire where you are? Not the hellish kind, I hope. Is Father there too? I think you should talk to him again. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I know he loves you still. I love you. Still. I can't feel my hands. I can't feel anything.
Welcome to Cool Haven, newcomer. Good to see a flame in these parts again. I'll be your guide tonight. This furnace here used to run on coal and fire, don't you know? But a thief stole all our matches, wasted them in greed, you see. Now the ghost has come to smite the wicked and punish the thief who killed us. Well, I guess that's it. That's a tour on the house. There's a bone right there in the snow. There ain't no place for a bone. Your flame could bring back. Oh, do you feel that? Something's changing. That furnace was the soul of the city. We used to worship it, us coal miners did. Fed it trees and fire like it was a hungry, angry god. This broken body's going nowhere. But the day of the dark shall come in the guise of a thief, in which the stars shall quietly pass away, while the houses shall be destroyed with intense heat, and the earth and its works burned up. The matches were plenty, and then there were few. A thief is the cause of our doom and shame. Oh, the shame.
The cat didn't like the crone's crude pettings. Her hands tugged at her fur. Now, rest still, the crone said, as she pulled out a crooked knife. The cat was quick and escaped just in time.
How could this happen? Whoever did this, oh, the flame warms the righteous, but the wicked who love destruction, the flame burns with a passion. Only warm the furnace! Feed the thief to the furnace! Feed the thief to the furnace! Coal Haven is doomed! On the wicked the flame shall rain fiery coals and burn in sulfur. A scorching wind shall be their lot. Come forth, thief, and confess your hideous crime!
See a ghost. The thief loved the stars. Would have plucked them out of the sky if it were possible. The dark itself stole her stars, turning the thief's sky as black as a cup of joe. And so the thief began to steal matches and lit them, hundreds of them.
like little stars of her own. The crooked path to the house on the hill lies open. You hear the scream. There's a lonesome house and cool even upon the hill. A house of fire. We don't go there no more.
Wherever she sought warmth, it had a price. The miners needed the cat to get rid of the rats, and the vicar wanted her protection from bad luck. Bony hands reached out from all around her, trying to grab her.
The burnt matches lead to the house. Brothers and sisters, hunt down the thief. The matches. Follow the burnt matches. Follow the matches. What did we do?
The trail of burnt matches. It leads to the house on the hill. It's them. Burn them like they burnt our home. Our home. They took it. We'll take theirs. We're running out of matches. You've met your match thief. You'll burn for what you did.
The furnace is dead. No matches left to light the oven.
We'll freeze to death because of that thief.
The oven dead. The thief dead. No matches left to light the oven.
We'll freeze to death because of that thief.
It burns! It burns!
What's... Oh, this isn't my body. The fire, did we snuff it out? Where's... Did I save them? The house. It's ruined. Well, it wasn't supposed to go down that way. They locked the door, threw the key into the woods. Huh. There was so much anger, and now there's nothing. This body is so uncomfortable. While I was in the black, I had a dream. There was a monster in the woods, with our door key dangling from its tail. I ran, tried to chase it, grab the key, and when I did, the creature turned around, and its face, it was the face of this whole town. The key, I have to find the key in the woods where the wild things rest. The key, I have to find the key in the woods where the wild things rest. That's it, that's the key. Unlock the door. Please. I want to see my home again.
furnace is getting weak. Council says we're running out of matches.
We'll have to harvest more trees then.
I don't like it. Losing the forest like this.
Not like we have a choice.
Mom, Dad!
Oh, girl, you startled me.
They're coming here.
The cat felt as if the walls around her were growing taller, the alleyways narrowing. Turning a corner, she bumped into a girl sitting in the snow. In her bony little hands, a lit match. "What do you think of my star?" the girl asked. "Isn't it pretty?"
Could bring back warmth to our graves. With no matches left, we couldn't light the furnace. And the thief paid a terrible price for her burning greed. As the furnace died, one by one, so did we. But before we perished, the dark itself moved into our hollow husk, turning us cold and wicked. If I had a heart, I'd feel great shame for what we did. I'd feel great shame for what we did. The old man feels it too. Should have been long dead with the rest. He just wasn't ready to go. At least he has a reason for sticking around. This just in. The little bird whispered that the old man wants his song back. Now what the heck does that mean? Am I right? But the day of the dark shall come in the guise of a thief, in which the stars shall quietly pass away, while the houses shall be destroyed with intense heat, and the earth and its works burned up. There are many bones out there, you know. Little keys, little keys.
We killed the thief. She killed the furnace, so we killed her. Murder us all.
The old man is the one left. The old man showed us the way to their home. He didn't know it was best for us, otherwise he'd kept it.
I know the thief was to blame, but she was just a child. The anger kept us warm, but only for a spell. Now there's nothing left but cold, sharp guilt. What have I done? What did we do? I thought we'd just punish her.
Shame. The furnace died, so we had nothing left but justice. Sweet justice.
Oh, that voice. What I wouldn't give to hear her sing again. Those sweet, sweet tunes like fallen leaves of the trees that were such a waste. Such a shame. I wish I could hear her sing again. Just once. Just once. Oh, I know she stole from us. I know what she did to our town. But she could sing. This town's not much without fire, no. But it's even less without song. If I could just hear that lullaby one last time, I know I'd be able to move on. I know I captured it once in a melody-keeping head of clay, so she could hear her beauty for herself. But I dropped it in the woods that horrible night. I was mad, so very mad. Burnt One and Little Flame, will you help me? Please, I'm too weak. Find the clay head. Keep her of a song like hers. It went sorta like, oh, darn, I can't remember. If I could, I'd be able to let go.
No dance, I ask, no singing, no way. No nasty gold-digging persons, I pray. Darkness listens, in moves eyes. No more villagers, very nice. But that song, it lingers. Oh, Burnt One, Little Flame, you found it!
Does it still keep our song? Fire will tell. Little soul, you charming little wanderer, my life's companion and body's guest. Where are you off to now? I don't know what I thought would happen. I feel a strange warmth, but just as coal runs deep in the earth, so is the shame a part of me, mine alone to bear. Burnt one, small flame. I am grateful, but I will not surrender my loneliness so quickly. I needed to ferment me, season my soul. Please, leave me.
The girl offered her burning match, her last star, but the cat could tell she needed it all for herself. Grateful for her unconditional kindness, the cat left her to her ghosts.
And then there were few. A thief. The door at the flame is open. It's already there. You just haven't lit it yet. Now, if you don't mind, a little spark. And just maybe we'll be able to die for real this time. In life, I didn't mind a little loneliness, but this is the worst. The furnace longs to burn once more.
Release me. Remove the shroud. Light the match. The match. Light it. Please. One last star. Thank you.
The cat finally settled in front of a giant burning furnace. In its bright flames, she could glimpse a dark future. This did not matter to her, for now she was eternally warm and at peace.
The flame burns still, and the fire has spread along the walk. The cold takes its toll, and Potboy's flame flickers. But it is still enough for the climb to Moon Mountain, to light the final fire. The road always leads to Moon Mountain. Hark! His fire belongs to the mountain. It came from beyond the moon. You have always been destined to burn.
There's a fella who watches over the midnight walk, pointy hat and hollow gaze. He's been around longer than you or I. Some say he was one of the first sculptures to have breath. Some say he's not from around here, but from another maker's work table entirely. Some say he's seen what lies beyond Moon Mountain, but I just think he's lost like the rest of us, and he's waiting for the right one to come along, waiting for something that'll give him that eureka for his song. He keeps his banjo by his side, but he never plays it. Strange, but he's in no hurry. He's got all the time in the world.
Hey, my. The bird one and its flame approaches. The road's been long, hasn't it? And it just keeps on going, don't it? Why don't you rest here for a spell? Change is in the air. Warm winds coming in from Coldhaven. I trust you're not pushing that little flame of yours too hard. He is mighty, no question about it. But between you and me, he still has a ways to go until Moon Mountain. Ah, heck, it ain't my place to tell you how to tend your flame. I'm sure you'll be fine. You'll be just fine. Ah, to feel at home wherever you walk. How's it? What a friend to have on the road, huh? Now, there's an open door invitation, if I've ever seen one. Go on in then. Get some rest. I'll keep watch. Go on in then. Get some rest. I'll keep watch.
a boatsman went out into a foggy lake to find peace. Then, out of nowhere, came another boat that bumped into his. He cursed whoever was on the other boat, but when the fog cleared, he discovered that it was, in fact, empty.
The sarcophagi are molds, rebirthing the bodies of the burnt one. Failure after failure, they keep coming back. They lie dormant, and then they awake at an appropriate time, hearing tones of dark, to perform a task. The taskmaster unknown, doom spelled on the flip side of a coin. Little dolls in a dollhouse made of matches. What's a story without a little adversity?
Laments, lost in his terrible maze, you are so
on the menu, crows. I see you. Not to crawl closer, Moonbird. I see you. Not to crawl closer, Moonbird. Fire upon your greedy shadow. Birds of the dark everywhere. Eyes ever watchful. They want our stories. Birds of the dark everywhere. The pictures. They're moving again.
Forbidden. It is forbidden. It is forbidden.
Hush, son, no talking in the theater, fools.
What happened? More stories.
Stories. How I cherish them. Real as clay, as palpable as the midnight air. They're all we have left once the dark has taken the last campfire from us.
The projectors tell a story of failure. The craftsman projects it onto his creations. He keeps building without love for his craft. He needs to see it.
Darkness vanishes.
The potter, stuck in the sinking clay in which he had dug so greedily, spoke his final verse. Here was I born, and here I lived. My refuge was the clay, and now the clay has played me false in a most grievous way. 3 blind explorers discovered a sleeping beast. Each of them touched it and described it to one another. Its skin is coarse, said one. No, its ears are big, exclaimed another. The teeth are its most prominent feature, declared the third. Who was right or wrong mattered little, as the beast awoke and ate them all.
sorry reflections of the daughter. None of them will ever dance, ever feel the warmth of their maker's heart. They can never be enough.
After years of searching for her son, the weaver was convinced she had lost him to the dark. One night, there came a knock upon the door. "It's your son," said a voice. "Please let me in." Thinking this was some cruel spirit come to mock her grief, she remained silent until her son gave up and left, never to return again.
Most of my life, I've been afraid of the dark. When I was little, my childminder got annoyed with me and tossed me into a wardrobe as punishment. She let me sit there, alone, and I sat perfectly still so that no closet monsters would notice me. It was the longest, most terrible 15 minutes. Many years later, I don't know what happened, but now I love sitting alone in the dark. I get into the wardrobe, close the doors, and I sit perfectly still. It's like a void, empty, but not cold, where nothing exists and everything is possible.
Isn't that just the way? The father hoped the daughter would fill his heart with fire, failing to see that she needed a fire of her own. His princess danced away, and he stayed behind, cemented in his ancient groove. The heart is a bottomless pit, never sated, always craving for more. Enough. Keep on walking the midnight walk.
was one star out that night, and it glowed a cold red. Who took the sun away? The Merkel asked it. But it was too distant, so she could not hear its reply, if it had one. The Merkel had never felt so empty and alone. Lost in quiet despair, she managed to open up to the winds and followed their gentle push south down the midnight walk and to the Darklands. After a long while of following oversized snail-like tracks in the mud, trudging deeper and deeper into the mushroom-ridden swamps, the Merkel heard a harrowing howl. Up on a hill stood a looming figure, dark and still in the quiet of the night. Lo and behold, the Mulgrim, she thought to herself in slack-jawed awe. She greeted the creature with a quivering voice and, unable to restrain herself, asked, "Do you know who took the sun away?" Talking to monsters had never been any Merkel's forte, but this meeting proved spectacularly disastrous. Barely escaping the gnashing teeth of the Mulgrim, she managed to escape by jumping into a lake, following its stream away from the swamps. Although the Mulgrim was far behind her, she could still hear its melancholy howl. Mad with grief, she mumbled, as I will be unless I find the sun again. Tired from running, she searched for shelter and found a dark, dank cave. Cozy, even by Merkel's standards.
The Wanderer asked the craftsman, "How do you make such perfect sculptures?" To which he replied, "Oh, there's nothing to it really. I go into the dark woods. I find the sculpture already waiting inside a tree. And then it's just a matter of carving it out."
When I was a child, I exchanged letters with a monster in the woods. We were best pals, and we shared all our secrets with each other. One day, my sister told me that the monster wasn't real, that she'd written me all those letters to play a joke on me. But the joke's on her, because I knew the truth about the monster in the woods, and we exchange letters to this day.
Hark! Not very far now. Not very far. The flame longs to be free. Caged, it cannot truly burn. How beautiful. How tantalizing. It is simply the way of fire. It is what it is. It is what it is. You must release it at the summit.
When the nameless maker lost his creation to the dark, he went back to the great drawing board. In his desperation to regain control, he made an attempt to sculpt the face of the dark itself, something he thought he'd glimpsed in his nightmares. But the face wormed itself out of his mind's eye, and instead his twisted sculptures came alive, grinning and many-legged. Thus, the grinners escaped and seeped into this world as a reminder to the maker that there's always something to smile about, even when things don't go the way you hoped.
Whoa there! You look like you're about to move a mountain. That's what I get for trying to get in the way of a flame and its destination. Let him walk his walk. Ain't nothing gonna stop him now, looks like. Fare thee well now, burnt one. You're going to Moon Mountain, and that walk is for you alone. You have a tough decision ahead of you to make, just like the ones who came before. But they're all long gone. In the end, all there's left to follow is your own heart.
When I was a child, I exchanged letters with a monster in the woods. We were best pals, and we shared all our secrets with each other. One day, my sister told me that the monster wasn't real, that she'd written me all those letters to play a joke on me. But the joke's on her, because I knew the truth about the monster in the woods, and we exchange letters to this day. Oi! You the caretaker of this little fireball? What were you thinking, letting him run off? Don't you know how precious he is? Oh, yes you are. A real sunbeam. Who took the sun away? We Merkles used to ask until it finally ceased to matter. Night skies like these, trouble seems so far away, doesn't it? I mean, isn't this just exactly my point? I used to be afraid of the dark, so much so that I became obsessed with these huge electric lamps left behind by the craftsmen of old. Couldn't pry myself away from them. I'd sleep outdoors and under their blinding radiance. One day, I woke up to the noise of quivering planks and nails. And would you believe it was my own house leaving me? It had gotten so restless it grew a pair of legs, took a name and went on a hike. Housey was its name, bless its soul. Houses have no imagination. But I bet it had a grander adventure than I could ever imagine. This little flame is your home, burnt one. Keep him nurtured and safe, and you'll always find yourself in the right place. Through the rain, in the dark, and over Moon Mountain. Look at those stars burning like so many candle lights. Isn't this enough? Light like yours is hard to come by these nights. Some long for it so hard, they go looking for it in the wrong places. Funny thing about the walk. It takes you places, tells tales, but it won't utter a word about itself. Who took the sun away?
What is the dark? Is it ugly and cruel? Is it a place for monstrosities, for fools lost in the woods? A terrible void where all your nightmares come true. The dark could be a friend, perhaps a space where we might find each other, all of us equal under its cloak. The dark could be an embrace and the release of the old, like taking off a tight shoe, laying bare one's feet, and taking a first step onto a new adventure. The dark could be a moment of clarity and calm, a break through icy clouds and the shameful stories we tell ourselves that fetter us to the clay and mud. The dark could be the space and time that we need to recover from the death of a dream and the quiet promise of new beginnings waiting on the other side of grief. In the end, the dark remains a mystery, its secrets locked away behind the stars. But one can rest assured that it is always there, watching, patiently waiting for us to enter it, with fire in our hearts and with eyes wide open.
You've arrived. Hark! Your fire is dying. But the last embers will light the final fireplace and send your Potboy home. Can you do what you must? Naturally, you must. It is destined, and you will be loved and forgotten. The soothsayers have spoken the last words. It has been an honor to watch your journey to the work table's edge. Now go and burn. Burn.
The first two-legged beings did prosper under the first sun, but it didn't matter how much they bathed in its light. They craved more. They sought to cage the sun, harness its power, and make it theirs. But the makers in their foresight had put the sun far, far away. So far that no creature could reach it. That's why, in their desperation, the two-legged ones began to collect matches, lighting them like minuscule suns of their own. But there are only so many matches in this world, and one day they'll run out, and they shall once again look to the sun.
Something was up, like something was on the way, a danger I never could have guessed. I figured that's just how I always feel, and my worries seldom come true. And now here I am, and I have been for some time now, and it just won't come back. I'm thinking, while I had it, I didn't know what to do with it, how to care for it, enjoy it. But if I had it again tonight, I'd probably waste it all over again.
Once upon a time, some folk on the other side of this and that had the most strange and beautiful dream. I hope that tonight you caught a glimpse of it, and I wish you the levity and grace to smile in the darkest of times and on the way down your midnight walk. Once upon a time, some folk on the other side of this and that had the most strange and beautiful dream. I hope that tonight you caught a glimpse of it, and I wish you the levity and grace to smile in the darkest of times and on the way down your midnight walk.